certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for.
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the Unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes.
Yes.
Do you think that worked? Belvrita, I am absolutely certain that worked. It's Matthew's Heart of Influence. We have extraordinary people from all over the place today. Belvrita, happy Thankful Thursday, and exploring the superpower of integrous influence, like how we accelerate things, make things happen. Bella, who's here?
Yes, we definitely have some extraordinary people from all over the world on Matthew's business owner's dream team, Heart of Influence. And first up, from Melville, New York, an Allstate executive assurance agent and personal finance rep, protecting people against financial devastation for 20 years, making sure the right coverage is in place for individuals and their families, always understanding the client before making recommendations, a proud husband and father of two teenagers with the last name synonymous with the seasons we're in now. Let's welcome to the show, Mr. Eric Spring.
Eric, synonyms and seasons, super cool. Congratulations on all of your impact and success. And please, we're going to ask you for a fun fact, which of course, Plato, the Greek philosopher, said, play a game with me for an hour, and we will learn more about each other than if we speak for a year. So we kick this game off with a fun fact. Could be something adventurous, interesting, funny, cute, whatever, that will make us say, Eric, no way. So Eric, please, what is your fun fact?
Thank you. Bella, I appreciate the introduction. I was actually listening to you. I was like, is she talking about me? But no, I appreciate it. Matthew had told me kind of what to expect going into it. I'm thinking about a fun fact. I'm like, I'm a kind of a weird guy. I have so much to talk about. But I think the most interesting, maybe somebody asked me last week, what would I do if I haven't been an insurance agent for the past 20 years? And, you know, when you're in college, you don't think you're going to be an insurance agent. But before being an insurance agent, I was a DJ for, you know, Sweet 16s, parties, all that stuff. I was like, you know what? If I could, I would go
Eric,
back. Yeah.
Do you remember this conversation we had in the green room about if everybody tells a 2-minute story, how we'll go to the
nice,
show later? Do you remember?
That's not nice, Bella.
Because you're going to set us off. I just wondered if you remembered that.
I definitely remember.
So,
what
Eric,
would
the
be your
fun fact
headline
is
fun fact?
that if you weren't an insurance person, you would be
I would be a DJ, a famous DJ. I try to be like Avicii.
Yes, a
Yeah.
DJ all the way. Headline fun fact, outstanding job. We got insurance people craving to be DJs, Bella Rita. Of course, it's Matthew's Heart of Influence. Who else is here to join Eric?
Joining Eric and Sean, half your lens thing is covered. So you got like weird things. You want to open that all the way. And next up, joining our DJ from New York, with his last name evokes a biblical Israelite king. He is in real life king of social media content development, helping organizations with copywriting, writing, script writing, content creation, ideation, storyboard, and video editing, working with both small and large companies in a diverse industry, a New Yorker bringing a positive yet realist attitude to the world. Let's welcome to the show, Evan Solomon.
Your royalty, Evan, king of social media. Welcome to Matthew's Heart of Influence. And please, Evan, your fun fact. And shall we refer to you as King Evan or Evan?
Just Evan is fine. You made me sound a lot more grandiose than I really am. So my fun fact would be what got me into, because I'm a copywriter by trade, that's what got me into all this. And what got me into this originally was actually watching Friends, the TV show Friends. Chandler Bing, like I used to be a software developer and then I wanted to change careers. So I got the idea to do this from Chandler Bing because he goes into advertising in the TV show from some boring data job, which is
So shall we call you Chandler, King, or Evan? Or King
Call
Chandler?
me Evan. Evan's good enough. Yeah.
Evan, motivated, inspired by Chandler from Friends. Thank you for being here. Evan, Bella Verita, who's joining Evan?
We got DJs, we got kings. This is definitely going to be a great show. Next up, from West Orange, New Jersey and Manhattan, 15 years in the baking industry, currently at Capital One, providing comprehensive solutions to mid-sized businesses all around New York City, opening businesses, operating checking and savings account, securing financial options such as loans or lines of credit, and understands the importance of building strong relationships with pros like CPAs, and blessed to be a father of a 3-year-old daughter named Saul. Let's welcome to the show, John Chevalier.
Oh, we have people from all over the world. I thought the names are going to be quite exceptionally interesting. And we've had
Eric. You just wait. I'm starting with the easy ones.
We have Eric, Evan, and John. One syllable, like 4 letters all day. So amazing. So John, welcome. And please, what is your fun fact?
Going to school to become my childhood dream job, which is a teacher. So my plan is to be a teacher by the time I hit 50.
That's awesome. Absolutely beautiful. And why a teacher? Just in a 1-sentence headline?
They had a lot of inspiration when I was young. I didn't have much positive influences when I was growing up. So I said, you know what? I want to be a teacher when I was like 10. But life kind of grew me in the opposite direction. And now that I actually have a good grasp in life, I can actually take the classes I need to become a teacher. So that's the goal.
So, John, thank you. Feeling the mission, the heart, the vision, all of it. We got John. We got teachers, DJs, and kings. Bella Verita, come on.
That we do. Next up from Parsippany, New Jersey, co-founder of a digital marketing agency generating ready-to-buy qualified leads for a local small business. Support across numerous industries, from axe throwing to dentistry to chiropractics to contractors, med spas, and gyms. A highly loyalty, integrity, and masterful competence, also provides web development, graphic design, videography, and photography. Let's welcome to the show, Matt O'Leary.
So Bella, we've done the complicated names of Matt. We are 4 for 4 in 4-letter, 1-syllable names. Matt, welcome to that party. Axe throwing, chiropractic, supporting people in their marketing efforts, present to it. Welcome to Matthew Heart of Influence. And please, your fun fact, Matt.
Yeah, so my fun fact is when starting my digital marketing agency, when I bought the domain to my website, when it was just an idea, I opened my front door, looked down at the steps, And there alone was a 4-leaf clover that I still press to this day that I felt like was a sign to keep on pushing and get to where I am today.
Purple horseshoes, green clovers, Lucky Charms in the house, Matt. Thank you so much for that.
O'Leary.
Callaghy, I am not confused. Bella, Rita, we got leprechauns making magic. Let's go.
We got leprechauns making magic. Next up, a licensed CPA in France, a doctor in management sciences, currently the head of the French desk in German tax consulting firm, providing tax and accounting support to medium-sized companies operating in various industries, works seamlessly with speaking 3 different languages and navigating the legal and regulatory environments of several countries, coming from Germany, Dr. Aimlon O'Reilly.
Doctor, welcome. And how shall we refer to you?
Sorry, can you repeat? I have to say that I speak generally French and German and not so often English. And I need some time to understand what you are saying. So can you tell me now again, but slowly, please?
Yes. How would you like us to refer to you? Shall we call you doctor or your name? How should we refer to you? How would you like us to say?
You can call me Aline, simply.
Aline?
Simply. Aline. Yes.
Thank you, Ellen. And please, your fun fact for us.
A fun fact. I will try to make it short. It was years ago in a trip to Denmark. In a restaurant, I was with a French friend. And in the restaurant, most of the guests were Danes and Germans. And at the table next to us was a Danish couple. And we had with them a bit of chat in English. We drank some wine and we were very cheerly. And at this point, we made some jokes about Germans and Danes, in French, of course. And it was not mean, but it was funny, and we laughed a lot. At the end of the evening,
I'm hearing Dr. Aimlon is telling jokes.
Yes.
Yes. Is it the moment or not?
Yeah. So yeah, if you could just get to the final piece. So we're hearing jokes about Germans and Danes.
Yes, exactly. So we were making jokes. We started to making jokes about Danes and Germans in French, of course. And it was not mean, so I said, but it was funny and we laughed a lot. In French, we made everything in French. And at the end of the evening, our very polite Danish couple got up and greeted us in impeccable French. If I would have immediately disappeared, I would make it. Believe me. It was, yeah.
So Ellen,
since this time, I always very cautious when I'm in an open space, because some people can speak French.
So Ellen, I'm hearing you only then make fun of people behind their back in languages they don't understand. Is that what
Exactly. It was years ago.
That's awesome. Thank you. That is super fun. And Bella makes fun of me in every language, whether I understand it or not. So Bella, we have beautiful dynamics. Do not make fun of the Danes or the Germans in French, Bella. Of course, on Matthew's Heart of Influence, we would learn that. Bella, where are we going?
We are learning a lot of fun facts today. Next up from New York, the go-to person to track down a business-related fraud, an entrepreneur running a movie and TV show business with an investigation and security business. Sounds interesting. In the investigation business for 10 years and just wrapped up his 3rd feature film. Let's welcome to the show, James Orfano.
Hey everybody. James welcome with a 2-syllable, 5-letter first name, and please, your fun fact.
So fun fact, I started playing guitar again after 15 years of not playing. And my fun fact is playing an instrument is not like riding a bike. If anybody plays, keep playing, because I'm having more fun now than I ever did playing it, but it's like learning all over again.
That's awesome. Appreciate you, James. We will definitely keep that in mind. That's like trying to argue with Bella Verita. If I'm not doing it every day, I don't do it effectively at all. Thank you, James. Bella, I'm sorry. Did you hear that? I was trying to speak in a language you understand. Where are we going?
It's a good one for you not to argue. That's how you get to stay alive. But next up, coming from New York, a seasoned investment banker specializing in cross-border corporate financial advisory, a tech-savvy, rigorous, optimistic, and curious young leader eager to connect with entrepreneurs and family businesses, developing a family-owned investment banking business in the U.S. dedicated to family New York and Miami. Let's welcome to the show, Benoit Boyer.
Benoit, welcome to Matthew's Heart of Influence. Thank you for being here. And please, Benoit, your fun fact.
My fun fact is that I started stand-up comedy in New York. It got so popular among my French friends that I started to produce French stand-up comedy in New York. And the first ever time I said I love you to my current wife was in front of 120 people, including my boss, in a show that I produced in New York.
Congratulations. That's super cool. Matthew, that's a great connection for you. I mean, that's awesome. Benoit, congratulations on that. And thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bella, super cool people. A lot of diversity happening here. Come on.
We definitely got some diversity today, which is extraordinary. And next up from New York, CEO and lifelong inventor, developed a patent micro-tagged anti-theft tech to help combat the problem of hit-and-run accidents. This technology has been used to monitor vehicles utilized in criminal activities and incorporating and refining its capabilities to use across all devices, substances and products. There are endless possibilities for even electronics, sculptures, and works of art to be tagged throughout a residence or place of business. Let's welcome to the show, Crocker Steinreich.
Bella, did I hear you say Crocker?
Yes.
Crocker.
Yes, Crocker.
Is it Crocker or Crocker, sir?
It could be both, but I prefer Crocker. Crocker's
Crocker, amazing. Thank
a
you,
nickname
Crocker.
since I've been a kid. That's the
Cool.
nickname.
It's a cool, really cool name. Thanks for being here. And please, your fun fact, Crocker.
A fun fact is creating. I've been creating since I was a child, and I've been doing this since, and I love to do it. And my job is to actually make everybody's job easier, and that's my fun factor.
Well, that's a beautiful fun fact. Thank you for your creative, innovative mind and for being here today. Bella keeps it rolling. Extraordinary humans, come on.
We're keeping it rolling. And last but not least, the man that brought us all together from New York, founded and French-American certified public accounting firm in New York on the core values of truthfulness, transparency, and serving the public at large. Helps business owners achieve their dreams with a few startups that he's assisted going from lean to when he took charge of their taxes and accounting, now selling worldwide. He is a man of 3 continents, Africa, Europe, and North America. Let's welcome to his show, Mathieu.
Mathieu, thank you for pausing this. This is a man of extraordinary intelligence, impact, building, leader. Sir, on your show, what's your fun fact, Mathieu?
Yeah, thank you, Sean. Thank you, everyone, for being here. So my fun fact is I used to act back in France. And during one of our show, I was playing the homeless in the opening scene of the show before 300 people.
That's awesome. And Matthew, is it correct that you also do a lot of you have a lot of comedic training experience as well?
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, brother, are you ready to roll into today with this fantastic group of people that you've brought together?
Yeah, I am.
All right. Our co-host, besides Matthew, is this woman with the red hair. She started her career in influence selling crafts on her parents' front lawn as an 8-year-old. By the time she was 19 years old, she was earning 7 figures in the space of network marketing. That's not easy to do. Then by the age of 24, like Michael Jordan, she was beginning a run three-peating, but not in basketball, instead in business brokerage. Bella Verita, 24 years old, became the #1 business broker in the entire state of Nevada. She was the first woman ever to do it, let alone to do it 3 times, and she was the youngest person ever to do it, male or female. She began to train Fortune 500 companies and entrepreneurs. In fact, in 2019, every sales team she worked with doubled their sales. Skier, surfer, scuba diver, adventurer in the most extreme of conditions, published author, and philanthropist, raising millions of dollars for charity with the Unblinded team. And in 2023, this extraordinary woman publicly, inspirationally, and courageously battled, defeated, and thrived over cancer. Let's welcome to her show, in her more than 800th episode on this show, Bella Verita. Bella, welcome to your show, and please, your fun fact.
My fun fact for today, Sean, I'm gonna have to go. Like, I did share in the green room that I learned to surf, ski, and scuba dive from a blind man, and it hit a new record this year of going 35 miles an hour, which is pretty fast for me going down a mountain, being that the first time that I skied, I was throwing poles and had to be carried off by the ski patrol because I was too scared to go down the mountain. So that's my fun fact for today.
No, I'm sensing a pattern because your first time scuba diving, you were burping up cheeseburger and also had to come up. So the first time doesn't go well, but it gets a lot better from there. Is that what I'm hearing you say?
It does get better from there. Yeah, because you tend to like throw people into the deep end.
Me
surfing.
Never.
Careful, if you come around the unblinded space, you could be, going over mountains or diving deep into crazy waters. You never know what might happen.
Bella Verita, let's do it.
Let's do it. But let me introduce my co-host, the man that Tony Robbins said, there's no one who leads with more heart and more integrity than Sean Callagy. Competitions, he is only one of 2 attorneys to win 2 top 100 national jury verdicts between 2014 and 2016, and the only one that was blind out of 1.2 million attorneys. That's not a small number. And in fact, the entire state of New Jersey thought he was so cool that they actually named him one of New Jersey's most influential attorneys. He's spoken on stages such as Disney, T-Mobile, Salesforce, Tony Robbins 18 times, and when he's not busy traveling around, speaking on stages with thousands of people, he's an incredible philanthropist that in the last 2 years raised nearly $10 million through sustainable giving. Let's welcome to the show, Mr. Sean Callagy.
Thanks, Bella. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. Massive gratitude. And as Bella said, my fun fact is I am a blind man that has taught sighted people to ski, surf, and scuba dive. And my most recent skiing adventure was in Austria through the Alps with Bella when I was on a group coaching session, coaching people. I think Matthew was in that group as we were lost skiing through the Alps on black diamonds, coming back to make it out of our hotel room, which we hadn't packed, and to make our way out of Austria to Germany to fly home the next day and make a webinar in Germany. That is my fun fact, Bella Verita. Over to you.
We have some super fun ski fun facts for sure. And Sean, what are we doing here?
We are exploring the superpower of influence. Bella will end up being anybody you want her to be to explore how we go from hello to yes. Listen, we've had a lot of fun, had a lot of energy, right present, but what we're talking about is really serious. How we build our missions, achieve our ultimate purpose and vision is through causing yes. Pitching, hooking, closing, though, yuck. Who wants that? What we're really talking about is what does it look like when heart-centered, sophisticated people like yourselves come together and you have a yes that matters for your services, maybe your philanthropy, whatever it may be, but it's a crowded world of messaging. And how do we get that yes through? That's the study of my life, the basic purpose of this show, and Bella's life as well. Please, Bella, who is going first?
Let's kick this off. Let's kick it off with Eric, since I did interrupt him earlier. So Eric, we'll let you take the floor first.
Eric, she interrupts me all the time too. Yes, that is a norm. Eric, Bella's going to be an ideal client, a philanthropic fundraising partner. Heck, she could be Oprah Winfrey or some other famous person. Eric, anyone that would make sense for you, Eric, to be going from hello to yes with. Doesn't have to be a sale. It's not about pitching, hooking, closing. The 3 minutes could just lead to a longer conversation as the yes. So Eric, please, who would you like Bella Verita to be?
Sean, I have to be honest, I received a very disturbing text message exactly when you were speaking. So I missed exactly what you were saying. Could you say it one more time?
Yeah. So first of all, Eric, for sure, and I'm sorry that you received the disturbing text. I mean that sincerely. Hope everything okay?
Thank you. Everything is okay, I think.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. So yeah, Bella's going to be anybody that you would like her to be. So she could be an ideal client of yours. She could be a philanthropic fundraising partner, potentially. She could be somebody famous that you'd want to create a yes with, like, I don't know, Oprah Winfrey, the leader of a nation, anyone that would make sense for you to go from hello to yes within 3 minutes. It doesn't have to be a sale, doesn't have to be monetary exchange, and it doesn't have to be finalized. It could be just yes, Eric, to have a longer meeting and conversation. So the question is, Eric, who would you like Bella to be that you're going from hello to yes with?
Why am I the first person to go on the worst? You could ask my wife. I would say, I don't know, I would want, maybe I could have Bella be one of my insurance agents that I work with.
Yeah, cool. And would you, yeah, so she works for you, with you, partnered, what?
I'd say, I never like to say people work for me. I like to say they work with me, but like that dynamic.
Okay, they report to you.
Yeah.
Bella, you report to Eric. He's your boss, Bella. That's your favorite. Take us in.
Oh my good. I'm allergic to that word, but I'll do my best. Eric, and I hope everything's okay. But yes, boss, what can I do for you today?
Nothing, Bella. I'm just trying to see where you're at with everything. First, just tell me about you. So what are your goals for being employed with me? What do you want to accomplish in the next year?
I would say my biggest goal is to let you retire and take over your practice.
You guys, you want to take over my practice? I like the ambition, Bella.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, because I'm sure you want to spend more time with your family, more time with your lovely wife, and somebody's going to have to take it over someday. So, maybe you want to retire sooner rather than later.
Oh, that's awesome. That's what I like, the ambition. That's what I try to hire for, ambition, right? Oh, no, Bella, I think you froze.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
You're back.
Yes.
Well, that's great. Listen, is there anything that I can help you with on my side to help you get where you need to go? Anybody else experiencing freezing?
Yeah, I'll call in just a moment. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay. Yes, I'll call. I will call in. But I would say, Eric is really being able to, what advice would you give me, as, I've been with you for a few years now, really having the outcome of, taking over the practice. What is the thing that I can do to be on track for that outcome?
Yeah, absolutely, Bella. I always tell people, everybody that works with me, it's not about selling things to people. It's about having conversations and understanding what their needs are and then providing any solution that you might be able to provide. The biggest thing for you, Bella, is very simple, is you just want to contact as many people as you can contact. And you want to do it consistently, no matter what your day is looking like. If you're stressed out at home, you always just want to make sure that you're on the same track with making the same amount of dials every day that you can possibly make to get in touch with these people.
Got it. Okay. And what if I don't want to make any dials? What if I just want everybody to come to me?
That would be a problem, Bella.
That would be a problem?
You know what the problem is in New York? Nobody wants to talk to you. So, so you got to find people.
Yeah, that's awesome, brother. Absolutely outstanding job. Bella definitely is a disruptive force, Eric, as you've seen. I love this conversation. We'll get to the feedbackers in a moment. Bella, please, who's going next?
Next up, we have Mr. Evan Solomon.
Evan, please, who would you like Bella to be?
All right, sure. So I would like her to be a potential client that I'm trying to get their business from. So let's say it's like, because I've been working with, I've worked with large and small companies, but right now I'm working on small businesses. So I would say like a restaurant.
Cool, Bella. You got Bella's restaurant. Let's go.
All right. Hey, Bella, how you doing?
This is Bella with Bella's Cafe.
Hey, how you doing? I just wanted to call because I noticed that, so what I do is I do social media content creation and social media management. And I called and I noticed that you have a social media account, but you may not be getting the traction that you wanted. So what I really wanted to do is I really wanted to start a conversation to see what exactly you were trying to get out of your social media for your business.
So much for the biggest thing that I'm looking for more feet to the door.
Right, more people through the door. Okay. So what do you
I want to build longevity with like loyal customers that love the experience, continue coming back.
Right. I mean, that is the perfect thing that social media is used for. It can be used for getting customers through the door and keeping them loyal. But what would you say, what do you think is the number one problem that businesses have on social media?
What was that? I missed that.
What would you say is the number one problem businesses have with their business on social media?
Oh, that's a good question. I would say not knowing like what to do or how to target the right audience. I think, I know for us it's like, we do the best we can, but I don't know if it's working or not.
So what I would say is the actual number one problem is to get people's interest. But the problem is that the apps don't care about interest. They care about attention, only attention. They want to keep eyeballs on the apps for as long as possible. They don't care about your business. They don't care about how much your customers actually care about your business. But the good thing about the social media is what it can give you is attention, and you can turn attention into interest using proper techniques, which is what I would try and help you with. And what would you say is the number one way to get people more interested in your business?
Giving them good food.
I mean, that's a start, but to be honest, where I was going to go with it is actually much simpler than that. It's really just interacting with them on a personal level. And that's something that social media can do. So one thing that I do is, one, I will create content for you, and two, I would also interact with the customers directly for the business on your behalf to try and garner, like, to have it. Think of it this way, like if you comment on, let's say you see like a post on social media that you really like and you comment on it, how much better would you feel? How much connected would you feel to the business if they themselves reply to you and individually?
Well, Evan, unfortunately, I have to run right now, but the fact that you said you would interact with them as well, I am definitely interested in having a bit of a longer conversation to see what this would look like, because that sounds super interesting.
Well, I'm not going to keep you on the line for much longer. I just wanted to say thank you. And I wanted to open this up to be a partnership more than just a business interaction. So I look forward to continuing this conversation with you.
Thank you so much, Evan. That was fantastic.
Great job, Evan. Great job, Eric. Belvrita, it's time for the feedbackers for Eric and Evan. Come on.
It is time for some feedbackers, otherwise known as judges. Judges, this is the time in the show that we get to give back in the form of feedback. So it's going to be 30 seconds of feedback for either Eric or Evan, something that they did great, something that they could do to improve, and then a grading system, and because I am dyslexic, I do things backwards. So A is you'd rather go to the dentist and have a root canal than have a longer conversation with Eric or Evan. Hopefully no one's going to the dentist today because that just doesn't seem like fun on a Thursday. B is you would invite them to Starbucks to have, like, you know, one of those pistachio cream lattes or a chai latte or whatever suits your fancy. And C is you would rent a private room at Capitol Grill for like a 4-hour dinner with the seafood tower and the nice juicy steak. Unless you're vegan, of course, maybe you're having salad and French fries. And of course, dessert, because you want to spend as much time with them as possible over dinner getting to know them. So that'd be C. And D is you would rent a private jet, of course, up and pick up Mathieu and fly anywhere in the world with Eric or Evan just to have the longest meeting as possible. So let's kick this off with John. And John, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Eric?
I want to go Evan because Evan have more of something that I relate to a lot. So Evan had more of a thing, but I can talk about Eric. Eric did a great job. I mean, as far as manager goes, I wish all managers were that way. Want to know how to help their employees. Very easy flowing, very nice. I didn't see no negatives about him being a boss. He didn't even act like a boss. He acted more like a friend wanting to help. And that's very helpful, especially in the insurance industry. For the most part, I think Eric did a phenomenal job being a boss to Bella, finding out how he can help her grow. And I feel like they can make a compatible team that could definitely get more sales in the door.
Very nice. And so are we going to like Starbucks, Capitol Grill, or we're getting on a jet?
We can do Starbucks first. Capitol Grill is expensive, and I think as an employee, you know, let's get some sales first for that next dinner and the year sale. Let's do a coffee for now. Go from there.
Yeah. A little caffeine, maybe a mocha chocolate, Bella. Come on.
Let's do it. Next up, let's go. Matt, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Evan? Oh, just unmute for us, Matt.
My bad. No, I think Evan did amazing. It's actually kind of funny because I do short form content for a lot of restaurants. I love that you kept on asking questions because questions hook the mind. The only two things I would say is at the end of the call, you didn't book a follow-up time or like try to get a follow-up time, like because people say one thing and do another. And also when talking about it, I would always, when you're asking the questions, I would ask a question like, what are you currently doing for marketing? And then maybe say along the lines with like restaurant owners. They hate giving discounts. So whenever I'm pitching a restaurant owner, I always bring up, oh, I'm not one of those agencies that are going to pitch putting discounts on your social media because that devalues your best clients and values your worst. Because Bella started bringing up, oh, I want the right people.
So Matt, are we talking like Starbucks? Are we talking Capitol Grill? Are we talking private
Oh, I'm
jet?
talking Capitol Grill. He cared
Let's
about
go.
that. I'm a
And Matt, is it
restaurant.
a filet? Is it a filet or seafood tower or some other steak? What do you got?
A T-bone steak.
T-bone. Matt's got T-bones coming up, Bella. Come on.
Matt's got T-bones coming up next. Dr. Aileen, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Eric?
Feedback for Eric, I would say that he made his best, and I don't think that I will have so many critics to make. I found that it was okay what he made. I don't think that I understand everything, but I can only make this comment at the moment because everything you are all talking very fast, and it's normal. It would be any other way around when when everybody would speak in German, for instance, and so fast. It would be, so I did not understand everything, but I think that everybody, and especially the last one, make their best. Yes, I can't say anything more. Sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. Let's go. Benoit, how about your 30 seconds, Mr. Ben, for let's go, Eric.
Eric was convincing and reassuring, and this is the kind of people I would like to work for. But I also like being having an investment banking background. I also like to have much more common and order kind of spirit sometimes, and so that would be my feedback.
And does it look like a Capital Grille steak, cup of coffee, private jet? What do we got, Benoit?
Mochaccino.
Let's go. Cappuccino, Belverita. Come on.
Cappuccino it is. Let's go, James. James, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Evan?
For Evan, okay. I thought Evan was very good. Very good. He seems in command of what he's doing. Seemed very professional. Seems certainly competent. The only, and it wouldn't even be criticism. The only thing that I noticed was a lot of what he said. It sounds like he's said it 1,000 times before. A little scripted, perhaps. But other than that, everything he said made me feel that he's a very competent individual at what he does.
And it's a cup of coffee, jet, steak. What do we got, James?
I'm feeling good about lunch. I'd say we go to Capital Grille.
All right. And Capital Grille, what are you having?
I don't know. Probably a steak. We're doing a steak.
Let's go steak, Bella.
Let's go steak. Next up, we got Crocker. No, Crocker. Did I say correctly?
Crocker. Yep, Crocker.
Crocker. Awesome. Crocker, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Eric?
I believe he was basically genuine, and also he was down to earth, and I think he was very business wise. His thinking was very simple. And I'm sorry for your call, the call that you got. And basically, that's all.
Awesome, Crocker. It's steak, coffee, jet. What do you got, Crocker?
I would say coffee.
Coffee. And a cup of coffee. What kind of coffee do you drink?
I drink tea.
Tea. What kind of tea do you drink?
Lemongrass.
Lemongrass tea, Bella. This is your people. Come on, Bella.
Lemongrass tea are definitely my people. Last but not least, let's go, Matthew. How about your 30 seconds of feedback for Evan?
Oh yeah, thank you, Bella. So Evan trying to ask question on trying to evaluate your needs. I think that was a good thing to do. He wasn't too pushy, but he didn't. The area for improvement I would say, yeah, he needs to thinking about scheduling the follow-up call. That's the optimization that I have for him here. Otherwise, he seems to be competent, and he has been doing that for years, so he knows what he's talking about. And I would say steak at Capital Grille. Yes.
Awesome. And what kind of steak, Matthew?
Well done for me. I don't know for him yet.
Well done steak for Matthew. Listen, Matthew did an extraordinary job today. Bring all these fine folks together. That's not easy to do. And as Bella tries to give me a hard time, just remember I complimented you and we're friends. Bella, back to you.
Yes, so this is the time in the show that I get to turn the tables on our co-host and put him on the hot seat in a scenario that he has no idea about, because I cooked him up as the show has been going on to see if he can flex his influence muscles or not. Matthew, ultimately, you get to choose what scenario that you would like to see Sean go from hello to yes on. You can change anything about my scenarios, or you can scrap them all together and come up with something much, much harder on your own. Are you ready to hear what I have for today?
I am.
All right. Option number one is I was just reading in the New York headlines that there is a judge that is sentencing mentally ill people to maximum security prisons. And, the state of New York doesn't think this is a really great idea. So option number one is Sean would be going from hello to yes with the judge to not be sending the mentally ill to maximum security prisons and maybe sending them to an institute where they could get help instead. So that is option number one. Option number two is Sean could role play Eric going from hello to yes with an agent who is a new agent who doesn't think they can do this business. They don't like cold calling people, and they're not sure that they can do it. But Eric's pretty sure that they are the next up and coming rock star. So he's going to go from hello to yes to keep that agent. And then, Mathieu, the last choice, the third and final choice I have for you is growing up, my mother worked at a restaurant in San Antonio, Texas, and this is a true story, called Rabbit. And all they served there was food that was made from these cute little bunnies, rabbits. So option number three is Sean would role play Evan going from hello to yes with the owner of the Rabbit to somehow get their social media going and get more people into the restaurant to eat these cute little bunnies. So those are my three options that I have for you today, Mathieu. Any of those tickle your fancy, or would you like to come up with something much harder on your own?
No, I mean, I'm fine with your three options, and I will go with option number two, with cold call with Eric. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. And so who? Go ahead, Tom.
Oh no, go ahead, Bill.
And so, Mathieu, who would you like to play the agent that Sean is going from hello to yes with?
Let's work with Crocker.
Crocker, are you up for being the agent? Yeah, that I would be going from hello to yes with, that doesn't want to make phone calls, that works for Eric.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that.
All right. So, yeah, hello. Is Crocker available?
Yes, it's here.
Yeah. Hey, Crocker. This is Eric. We had a 3-minute conversation scheduled for today. It's still a good time.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So listen, Crocker, I'm really grateful for you taking the time. I know you're in a really bad place. I'm just curious though, what prompted you to even accept this conversation in the first place? Grateful for it, but what prompted you to say yes to have it?
Because I wanted to know more about you and what you could do for me and help me out as far as my business is concerned.
Yeah. Well, thanks for that. So can I ask you this question? What's the ultimate vision for you, Crocker? So why, I mean, obviously you want to make money, you want to create an income, but is there any like purpose beyond that? If you had it all your way, 10, 20, 30 years down the line, what would you be doing? And what would your life look like so you feel like you fulfilled your ultimate purpose?
Well, that's a great question. And the question is that I would like to continue helping people because not only I have this product, I would like to continue making the product grow into a different stage. And to do that, I would need the finance and also to help it grow. So to change it from one stage to another, because they have 4 different stages that this product could go to.
Well, Crocker, let's pause for a quick second. So in this moment, you're playing an agent that works for Eric that doesn't want to make calls. Okay. So could you answer as that person? So again, the ultimate purpose then, Crocker, is?
To get the product on the market and to have it distributed throughout the world.
Awesome. Well, appreciate that. So, but why do you want to do that? So I get that sounds interesting, but what's on your heart about it? Why do you want to grow and build something? I mean, you want to be like the king of the universe? You want to have a private island? You want to give money to charity? Like, what's the real purpose behind all of the financial abundance?
I want to help people. Counterfeit problem is $3 trillion right now. And by putting micro tag on the product, it would deter people from preventing people from taking the product or counterfeit the product. So if let's say we do 10% of the $3 trillion, we can make an impact. We can make a big difference.
Got it. So we're slightly missing each other, Crocker. So I'm going to pick it up as though Crocker gave me an answer. I'm still Eric talking to an agent. And so, Crocker, is it okay then if I share a couple of things briefly that may or may not resonate with you?
Sure.
So, Crocker, when I first got into this business, I couldn't think of anything more horrific, more troubling, more disgusting, quite frankly, than calling somebody I didn't know. And that was just present for me. But what I came to understand and realize is that the greatest skill set that you could possibly acquire in your life is the ability to cause yes with people. And I didn't just want to cause any kind of yes. I didn't want to oppress people, pressure people. I was not looking to be Jordan Belfort in Wolf of Wall Street. What I wanted to do, Crocker, was bring people integrous solutions. So when I first got into the business, people were training me to pick up the phone and make cold calls. And that certainly was a lot better than random networking. It was sure as heck better than doing nothing. But then I was in the show and I heard from this weird blind guy and this, interesting redheaded woman. And they talked about this integrity-based human influence model because of this man, Mathieu, the CPA. And what I came to realize is that you can call people and add massive value to them. And it doesn't just have to be an insurance appointment, but instead you could run your own online show and introduce people together, create value for them, and begin to build a reciprocal, integrous relationship. But most importantly, Crocker, before we pause, is this. You can leave this insurance business, you can get out of it. But what I believe with great humility that you can never get out of is training and mastering the ability to cause yes with people, understanding where to apply it, and how emotionally to get yourself to be able to do it. And that's the most foundationally fundamental skill set, and dare I say superpower, that human beings can acquire. And working with me, Eric Crocker, I can't tell you that there's any place better I think you could develop that skill set. So even if you don't want to be insurance forever, the skill sets you will develop following this plan will be extraordinary. I don't expect you to agree with me right now. What I'm simply proposing is, can we have a 30-minute conversation to more deeply unpack that, where you keep both your mind and your heart open to just the possibility that what I'm telling you is actually true. So Crocker, how would it resonate with you or not for us to have a 30-minute follow-up conversation about continuing our journey together? Please, Crocker.
I would like that very much. I would like to continue our journey and do a 30-minute conversation.
Awesome. Well, Crocker, appreciate that. And we'll get that on the schedule. ... Pause. Eric, thank you for being on the show today. Did an extraordinary job in that participant seat. And how I do is you having a conversation with an agent working for you, even though maybe the scenario missed a little bit for Crocker. How did that go for you?
Well, Sean, I want to hire you, but I don't think I'll pay you enough. I feel like you've done this before. You sounded great.
Yeah, thank you. A lot more to unpack there, and you did great. In your seat, your communication skill sets are quite masterful, for sure, Eric. And how was your time today on Matthew's show, The Heart of Influence?
It was wonderful. I'm so happy I was invited. It's great to meet everybody. It's a great time. Appreciate it.
Really awesome job. And how many people do you have in your team, Eric?
Now I have 7.
Cool.
At our peak, we had 13, but things happen.
Yeah, awesome. Well, congratulations, and thanks for being here. Let's go to Matt. Thanks for being here. Lucky Charms, 4-leaf clovers, Aaron Gobra. My family's originally from Galway, back in the day. Thanks for being here. And how was your time, Matt, on Matthew's Heart of Influence?
Oh, this is incredible. And just even hearing you speak right there, I just even learned a lot on how to handle that. That was very emotionally intelligent of you. That was very emotionally intelligent.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Appreciate it. It's only been 27 years of intense study in my life. So thank you for that. But I do receive that with immense gratitude. I truly do. And lots more to talk about. But thank you, Matt. You really did a great job. And your energy and presence is awesome as well. Let's go, John. Thank you for being here today, John, giving the feedback, participating, much gratitude. And John, how was your time on Matthew's Heart of Influence?
Amazing. Meeting people is basically my role. And this Unblinded just makes things much easier and different. I guess your perception of how to meet people without even talking about business right away is a great concept. It's a great concept, and I enjoy it. So great stuff, and I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, thank you, John. Excited to have you here. Crocker, thank you for jumping into that role play at the end, giving the feedback, for being here. And Crocker, how was your time on Matthew's Heart of Influence?
Well, I like it a lot because the simple fact is that I'm learning a lot, and the way you talk and the way I'm seeing how everybody interacting is a very good event. I like it. It's really cool.
Well,
I enjoy
thank
it
you.
a lot.
Appreciate that. And I was not genetically born that way. I ran for class president in 7th grade and got 2 votes. My first public speaking engagement was at best a yawn. A lot more to talk about. Thank you for that.
And you make people listen because your voice is so calm and collective. You make people listen.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that, brother. For real. Bella Verita, we have some other fine friends that had this experience.
We do have some other fine friends. The friend that is not going to be putting down his guitar ever again. James, how was your time with us on the Heart of Influence?
I had a great time. Everyone here seems awesome. Big thank you to Matthew for the invite, and of course Sean and Bella for hosting the entire thing. Yeah, it was good. It was really interesting hearing the pitches. Always interesting to hear that. Everybody was clearly competent and knows what they're doing. Yeah, great time.
Thank you, James. Great job to you as well, sir. Bella?
Let's go. My friend Ben, who is producing shows, doing incredible things. How was your time with us on the Heart of Influence today?
Well, for sure, it was a first for me. I've never participated in such an event, so a big learning curve in terms of how those events happened. And thank you so much for Mathieu for inviting me. I know it was short notice. Thank you, Bella, for guiding me through preparing myself, and thank you, Sean. I had no idea who you were before this meeting, and I just also checked on Instagram, and I'm impressed about what I'll look more videos of your influence in your talks, because I've written myself a Yes Attitude article when I was 19, and everything you say relates a lot and rings many bells. So thank you all the participants. Thank you for the pitches and for the improv, which is very part of the stand-up that I've been doing sometimes. And I know it's hard. So thanks, everyone.
Benoit, thank you. Appreciate it and received with gratitude. Bella.
Received. And Dr. Aline is back. Aline, how was your time with us on the show? Would you like to share before we close out?
Sorry, can you repeat, please?
Yeah,
How was your time with us on the show?
How I found the show?
How was your time?
How was your time? Oh.
Did you have a good time?
Yeah. I have to say that because I don't work every day in English. I work in French and in German, so it was for me a bit fast for the first time, but it was very interesting to meet each of you.
Well, we have gratitude. Can't even imagine being and participating
raising
in a business
companies
setting
and
not first
trying
language.
to improve and to realize their goals. I have one question because I didn't have the opportunity to speak so much, but I would like to know if one of those of you who raise company working especially in the States or in Europe, and where in Europe, and especially are you working in Germany or in France? So the question is for
so how about we put in the chat?
Yeah. So the question the question is anybody here working in Germany or France?
Yes. In France or in Germany or in Europe?
Interestingly, the CEO of one of the companies that I own as a founder of lives in Germany. That's an interesting fun fact.
He lives in Germany.
Yeah, and I'd say anybody else that's working in those areas, definitely put that in the chat so you can connect.
Yeah,
I'm French. Aline, if you want to speak.
Okay. Benoit Paillet. Enchanté.
Pretty obvious.
So last but not least, before we get to our co-host, thank you, Eileen. Before we get to our co-host, let's go King Solomon. Thank you for jumping into the participant seat. Great job. And how was your time with us on the Heart of Influence?
Oh, this was amazing. I mean, it was great to be able to meet all these the people who are much farther in the process than I am, and all these successful people. It was also great to get feedback on like my pitch and how exactly I'm going about getting more business. I wish I had more time to give my pitch. I know that a lot of the feedback was around the fact that I didn't finalize the follow-up, and that was partially because I was cut off real quick. You're right about the idea that like it's much more like I'm going more off a script, which is something I definitely need to work on. So that was very good feedback. And yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. So
Cool.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Evan, very strong communication skills. We've had more than 5,000, almost 6,000 people on the show, and you really did an outstanding job. Eric did as well. So great job. Bella, does that bring us to the man of the hour?
It does bring us to the man of the hour.
Matthew, it is not easy, brother, to bring extraordinary humans together, and you did that. And the value that you created for everybody here is really extraordinary. And it's not a small thing. So massive gratitude on behalf of everybody here, and certainly on behalf of the Unblinded team. Matthew, please, your final.
Yeah, thank you so much for the Unblinded team for your hard work. It hasn't been easy to coordinate everyone. Thank you to Greg, he's not here. Thank you for Sean Palagi to show up. So Benoit was saying earlier that he checked on your Instagram and he has been impressed. So not everyone knows who you are, and thank you for spending an hour with us here because your time is more valuable than mine. Thank you for my guests for being here. It's all about business, meeting each other to see how we can work together to grow our business. The blind mind, the blind guy that we have here said, all businesses are built on relationship, and all relationship start with a shared experience. So this event was our shared experience. So let's have a follow-up call and to see how we can work together to grow our businesses. If Aline wants to speak to anyone, Aline, let me know, and I can share your contact information with anyone else in the team. Maybe interested in talking to you. Yeah, so it can be Benoit, it can be James, it can be Matt. I think everyone here is international. I can be Cracker, who wants to sell what he has been developing. So thank you for being here. And that's your purpose. Purpose is to grow our business here. Thank you again.
Great job.
With Benoit Payet too. It could be Benoit Payet too as a contact.
Okay, so Benoit, you can feel free to reach out to Aline if she's interested in talking to you. I put you in touch by email, yeah, okay?
Great job, Matthew. Thank you, everybody. We have gifts in gratitude that Matthew has provided by bringing us all together. The first gift is next Wednesday. If you want to meet people, you want to meet 80, 90, 100 people that have been on the show, that are people that are in the Unblinded ecosystem. Next Wednesday morning, 8 a.m., typically 80, 90, 100 folks will be there. We're going to talk a little bit more about influence at the next level. People said, wow, that was pretty interesting what you just did. And people are recognizing me with great humility. Many in the professional spaces and Tony Robbins stage, I've shattered every sales record, philanthropic fundraising, that as a true master in the world of the space of influence. So if that's interesting for you, next Wednesday morning, we'll be there. In addition, you'll get to meet people because we drop into small groups and do exercises. So you get to meet other extraordinary people. Second, we have our group influence book. This book is going to demonstrate to you the superpower of influence, and people have called it the greatest book outlining and understanding how to public speak, manage, lead that they've ever read and reviewed. And third, we also have the ability for you to have a business acceleration session. This is the one that would be literally crazy to miss. It is the implementation and actualization of everything that we're talking about, how to take your mission, vision, purpose higher. And my challenge for you is to have that session and tell me you've ever had a more productive hour understanding how to launch and accelerate your mission. So those are 3 gifts that are provided by Mathieu and Unblinded. Thank you so much for that. And Belverita, your final.
I think you covered it. Just Mathieu, fantastic job. Definitely connect with Mathieu and everyone here. And thank you all so much for being here. And Sean, back to you.
And we end every show by saying this. First, thank you all for being here. Second, thank you to Mathieu for making this happen. And third, I may be physically blind, which I am. Can't see anything in front of me. But I'm absolutely certain as to the possibilities for acceleration that sit in front of all of us. At some level, we're all blind.
And just learning to see. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.
But I have a quick question, Sean. So that thing on next week, is that in the morning? Is that in person or is that on Zoom?
It's on Zoom, virtually 8 a.m. It's in the link in the chat, but it's 8 a.m. on Zoom next Wednesday.
Okay, cool. Got it.
Yeah. Bella, you may not want to close the chat. So if you want to save the link in the chat, go ahead and do it. Yeah, if you want to download the book, PDF book in the chat, go ahead and do it before they shut down the Zoom meeting.
And just for everybody, really quickly, we have all of your information already. So this isn't a way to get your information. I mean, I don't think you think that, but once in a while people are like, oh, you want us to like click the thing to get our information. We have all your information. So this is not about that. It's about providing a gift. So thank you, everybody. And we really appreciate you being here.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.